Pinewood Estates, a tidy suburban neighborhood in Loveland, Colorado, where split-level homes with neatly trimmed hedges lined quiet streets, and the distant snow-capped peaks of Rocky Mountain National Park framed the horizon. The community was a haven for families, with kids playing basketball in driveways and retirees tending rose gardens. But beneath the surface calm, the Pinewood Estates HOA wielded an iron grip, enforcing rules that stifled individuality. At the edge of the neighborhood sat a small community recycling center, a point of pride for eco-conscious residents but a battleground for petty disputes. Amara Jackson, a 41-year-old mechanical engineer and mother of twin 11-year-old boys, had moved to Pinewood Estates 3 years ago after a divorce, seeking a fresh start. Her modern ranch-style home, equipped with a rainwater harvesting system and a backyard workshop, reflected her knack for problem-solving and sustainability. Amara worked for a local engineering firm, designing heavy-duty equipment for construction sites, and her hands-on expertise made her a go-to volunteer for community projects like repairing playground swings or optimizing the recycling center OS sorting system. Her trash cans, neatly aligned at the curb, were a point of pride, color-coded for recycling, compost, and waste, always set out precisely on pickup day. The HOA was ruled by Lorraine Baxter, a 60-year-old retired paralegal with a penchant for power and a gleaming black Jeep Escalade that she drove like a status symbol. Lori patrolled Pinewood Estates with a notebook, issuing fines for infractions like unapproved porch lights, slightly overgrown lawns, or trash cans left out past 7 a.m. Her obsession with neighborhood standards masked a deeper agenda. She'd been skimming HOA dues for years, funneling funds into personal accounts under the guise of beautification projects. Lori had a particular vendetta against Amara, whose eco-friendly modifications, like her rain barrels and solar panels, clashed with Lori's vision of uniform beige conformity. The conflict ignited over Amara's trash cans. Lori, claiming they were an eyesore due to their bright blue and green colors, began a bizarre campaign of intimidation. Late at night, she'd deliberately swerve her Escalade into Amara's cans, knocking them over and scattering recyclables across the street. Amara counted 36 incidents over 6 months, captured by her doorbell camera. Lori's Jeep, license plate clear, crunching plastic bins under its tires, followed by her smug grin as she sped off. Each time, Amara replaced the cans, reported the vandalism to the HOA, and requested mediation, but Lori dismissed the complaints, fining Amara $200 for littering caused by the spills. "Join the HOA and follow my rules. Or move out," Lori sneered at a meeting, hinting at a lien on Amara's home if she didn't comply. Amara, fed up but strategic, devised a plan rooted in her engineering expertise. She designed a custom trash can enclosure, a reinforced concrete base, anchored 6 feet into the ground with steel rebar, disguised as a standard plastic bin. The enclosure, painted to mimic her usual cans, was virtually indestructible. Weighing 2,500 pounds and engineered to withstand heavy impacts, she installed it under cover of darkness, ensuring it sat precisely on her property line, verified by a survey she'd conducted herself. To ensure accountability, she upgraded her security system with high-definition cameras and motion sensors, streaming footage to a cloud server. The trap was set. 2 nights later at 1:17 a.m., Lori's Escalade roared down the street. The cameras captured her swerving deliberately, aiming for the trash can. The impact was catastrophic for her Jeep. The concrete enclosure didn't budge, but the Escalade's front bumper crumpled, its grille shattered, and its airbags deployed with a deafening pop. Lori stumbled out, dazed, her vehicle spewing radiator fluid. Neighbors, woken by the crash, gathered as Amara calmly emerged, phone in hand, already dialing 911. "There's been an accident on my property," she said, her voice steady. "The driver hit my trash enclosure." Police arrived, their flashing lights illuminating the wreckage. Officers, noting the skid marks and security footage, questioned Lori, who rambled incoherently about teaching a lesson. The concrete enclosure, unscathed except for a few paint scratches, stood as undeniable evidence. Amara presented her footage, showing 36 prior incidents of Lori's vandalism, each time stamped and backed up. The officers arrested Lori for criminal mischief and reckless driving, impounding her totaled Escalade. The neighborhood buzzed with shock. Lori, the untouchable HOA queen, was cuffed and led away. The incident cracked open a larger scandal. Amara, suspecting Lori's fines were a cover for deeper corruption, had been quietly investigating. She'd obtained HOA financial records through a public records request, revealing discrepancies, $100,000 in dues unaccounted for, funneled to a shell company linked to Lori's cousin. At a packed HOA meeting, Amara projected the records on a screen, her engineering precision evident in spreadsheets detailing the embezzlement. "This isn't just about trash cans," she said. "Lori's been stealing from us." The room erupted in gasps as residents, long bullied by fines for minor infractions like wrong fence heights or unapproved flower pots, turned on Lori. Lori's defense unraveled. She claimed the funds were for future projects, but bank statements showed transfers to her personal accounts, funding lavish vacations and a second home. The police, already investigating the vandalism, expanded their probe to fraud. Lori was charged with embezzlement, facing up to 7 years in prison. In a civil suit, Amara sued for damages from the 36 vandalism incidents, winning a $50,000 settlement for replacement costs, legal fees, and emotional distress. Lori's reputation was shredded. Her home, once a symbol of HOA dominance, was sold to cover legal debts. The fallout transformed Pinewood Estates. Residents, fed up with Lori's tyranny, voted to dissolve the HOA, replacing it with the Pinewood Community Alliance, a voluntary group focused on collaboration. Amara led initiatives to expand the recycling center, add a community garden, and host repair workshops, teaching kids like her twins how to fix bikes and build birdhouses. Fines for aesthetic violations like her rain barrels or colorful cans were scrapped. The concrete enclosure, now a neighborhood legend dubbed Lori's nemesis, remained at Amara's curb, painted with vibrant murals by local teens. A surprising twist emerged during the lawsuit. Amara discovered her late father, a mechanic, had once worked for the city's public works department, designing early recycling bins for Loveland. His notes, found in an old toolbox, inspired her concrete enclosure's design, making her victory a tribute to his ingenuity. Lori's former allies, shamed by their silence, joined the alliance, volunteering to mulch gardens and clean streets. The neighborhood thrived, its spirit freed from control. Years later, Amara watched her boys play soccer near the recycling center, the concrete enclosure a quiet monument to resilience. Lori's rampage had tested Pinewood Estates, but forged a community where ingenuity, not intimidation, prevailed. Her home, now painted a defiant teal, stood as a reminder: mess with the wrong trash can and you'll crash hard.